City.
Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode, another day of Spot On Sports, where we're not just accurate, we're spot on. I am Wayne Galloway, as always. With me, my colleagues Xavier, Maddox, and Abdul. Introduce yourselves, fellas.
Abdul?
Oh, absolutely. I always appreciate the hospitality from my man X, you know. So this is Abdul Iskandari, ladies and gentlemen, aka that man Dooley. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram. I tweet, got a Facebook page, man. Like and subscribe, baby.
Xavier.
Say the best for last, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to go last. Y'all already know how I come. You know what I'm saying? I come ready. Y'all already know X Factor, Triple X, whatever you want to say. You know, Xavier on the scene, trying to be me.
This is the new wave of sports. Before we get into today's shows, it is getting near the end of February, Black History Month. So today we're just going to name our last historic Black History figure, as athlete or non-athlete. I'm gonna go first. This one, I believe she's very important to the Black history community. Her name is Octavia Estella Butler. She is the lady that created science fiction, sci-fi. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her. Yeah, interesting. What made her get into sci-fi? She was a very shy person. She had dyslexia. She got bullied a lot, and she felt very powerless. So she put all her power, and she felt more powerful into writing books, which was science fiction. And all her books are very, spiritual and, important to me. And I think everybody should read some. 3 books I recommend people should read is Dawn, Survivor, and Mind Above My Mind. That's my take on my historic Black figure. Abdul, you can go next.
Look, absolutely. You know, honestly, there were so many people I could have went with, but I'm gonna have to go with the one, the only Florence Joyner. Okay. For you youngsters probably don't even know who that is, okay? But Florence Joyner is the fastest woman to ever run track. She's so fast. By the way, God rest her soul, she died. Okay, she competed in the 1988 Olympics 1 year before a man like me came to this earth, you know. So for her record to stand, so the 1988 Olympics was 33 years ago. For her record to still stand and no other woman on earth to be faster than her after all these Olympics that have passed since then is ridiculous, you know. So I just got to shout out Florence Joyner, best women's track athlete of all time.
Interesting. I'm gonna look into that. X.
I want to, I don't know if this qualify technically, but I mean, this is a black historian that is still living. You know, she's a very important, especially in my life. I would like to say my mother, you know what I'm saying, Dana Colvin. I would definitely like to say my mama. She haven't invented nothing, but she is a trailblazer. She is relentless. I think that counts for something, man. Especially women. You know how strong women are all across the world. Shout out to all the women out there. But my mom is, my rock, you know what I'm saying? The definition of true greatness in my eyes. She teaching me right from wrong from the jump, man, since out the womb. So I really appreciate her and her guidance and wisdom. Very, very strongest, one of the strongest women I know, other than my great-great-grandmother. She's definitely in my eyes very deserving of being, in the category with the I'll put it in the category with the Martin Luther Kings. Other people might not look at it like that, but hell, I do. You know what I'm saying, for what she's been through. So, shout out to my mama, man, and shout out to you guys' moms and stuff. So that's my Black History Month. That's how I'm gonna end that off. Yes, sir.
Before we start the show, lastly, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe on Instagram and Twitter at @spot_on sports and our YouTube as well. Like, comment, and subscribe. Today topics we have how the young athletes don't respect the older athletes or older generation before them that paved the way. We have who is the NFL GOAT of this generation and why. And we also have, is Brooklyn Nets a final contender? And lastly, we have how COVID is affecting high school sports. So I'm going to start off the first topic with Cam Newton situation. And I'm gonna mention also Deion Sanders situation if y'all haven't heard. But my opinion on why the younger generation is, I think is misunderstood, and respect is not big towards the older generation that paved the way, is because I think the way they was raised and taught is different, as we all know. So I look at it as the boomers generation being respected is automatic given, just because how old they been, how they was born first, and how much knowledge and experience they have already. Then I look at the millennials as, they're more likely to approach respect, but also they're giving respect at the same time. Now, when it comes to our generation, it's like we all don't. It seems like we don't care about it, but we do care. It's like a lot of misunderstandings on why we don't care. We grew up. Some people grew up, and everybody grew up in different situations. And I look at it as like our generation just want more. I think we just want more, to know what's going on more, and trying to understand more. We react more than we think before we do things. So it's like the generation before us is trying to teach us that, but they get irritated because, they look at us as being lazy. They was hardworking. And I think the respect it should go both ways. And we should start respecting, older generations more, as we see in the Cam situation. I think that was wrong. Their generation they didn't have social media growing up, and and with the boy trying to do it for fame or not, it was wrong. You at a camp to play. You're not there to joke around or disrespect someone that's already made it, and he made the example, and he's representing for Black athletes. That's most importantly. And for him to do that, I think it was wrong. And when Cam told him afterwards, as we've seen in the second video, and the boy coming out with an apology, I think now he's starting to mature, but we don't really know. So I think, like I said, the most important thing is we must all do the hard work to appreciate these differences and see everybody's potential to make each other better and come together as one. We need to stop doing this disrespectful Black on Black thing. We need to come together. And lastly, on the Deion Sanders situation, when he first went to Jackson State, if you ever know, his stuff was stolen. A boombox was stolen. And it's been rumored after his first victory, congratulations to him, his HBCU school, some other stuff got stolen, but then it was returned. Like I said, the Black on Black need to stop. Crime, disrespect, it need to stop. We need to stand up, stick together, which that's gonna make us stronger. Abdul, what's your take on that?
Oh man, my take is everywhere, my man. Just so you know, you skipped a generation that messed it up. So you went from the baby boomers to the millennials, but the generation we need to talk about is Generation X. That is the generation that is between the baby boomers and the millennials. Generation X is basically the mid 60s to late 60s to 1980. So a lot of funny stuff started happening in the 70s. People started losing how they like Generation X, basically, because they gave birth to us, millennials, pretty much. Don't get me wrong. Some of our parents are baby boomers though as well. You know what I mean? Depending on where you were born on the millennial tree. You get what I'm saying? Like I was born in 1989. My parents are baby boomers, but y'all parents might be Generation X people.
Definitely.
Born after 1965, yet we're all millennials. You get what I'm saying? Now, honestly, just throughout time, the respect has gone down for each other as people. the respect has gone down. Let me tell you something about millennials, especially. And I might add those born after the 80s. Yes, I'm sorry, boys. You know, y'all born in the 90s, 2000s, they won't think so quick. Y'all don't understand how to work for something. For that kid to disrespect Cam like he did, kid, you might be at a football camp right now, Cam's football camp, but kid, you might never even make it anywhere. So for you to be over here disrespecting Cam Newton like you somebody, what you thinking? Like, what's wrong with you, son? You know, and I'm glad his parents made him apologize, the coach, because you embarrassed the coach, you embarrassed the program, you embarrassed your family, your parents, you know, all for what? A little bit of clout on social media, trying to look cool? Is that what? Because that's what this generation is about. It's all about clout. It's all about social. Oh, let me look cool. You know, go ahead, my man. What you got to say?
Are you trying to?
I thought Wade. No,
I thought no. Yeah, I thought Wade.
Oh no, do you keep going?
Okay,
I said attention. Yeah, attention is the drug in this generation.
So, as our humanity has moved along, parenting has got smarter, but also softer. For instance, I came from a time where it was like the community raised you. Your auntie, uncle, everybody could tell you to shut up if you was wrong.
The neighbors, I heard. Yeah,
exactly. If you was wrong, and they gonna make you feel bad about it. This generation of kids, or the kids from about the last, I say 20, even kids born in my days, no home training. You get what I'm saying? Those are the parents that are like, oh, you ain't got nothing to say to my kid. Meanwhile, what makes us all is a community. A village is what we all made of. You know, not just the people that took care of us. You know what I mean? We learned something from different people along the way. That's life right there, you know? So for that kid to feel like he even had the right, the audacity to go back. And by the way, he was serious. He wasn't playing.
Yeah, he was.
That's how we play with each other. He was trying to act as Cam, like Cam was his peer. Cam Newton is not your peer, son. Matter of fact, Cam is just about old enough to be that kid's dad, possibly. You know, when you think about age-wise, you know. So the kid was disrespectful. I really don't have much to say about the Deion Sanders situation. We got to do better as a whole, you know. Yeah. But what that kid did, I can't tolerate, and I have no respect for, you know. And we have to do better parenting as a unit, as a village, you know.
Exactly. Xavier.
Yeah, I pretty much covered it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I'm just sitting. Honestly, yeah, it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know, I felt some type of way because it was to my favorite player, Cam Newton. You know, everybody know that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So when it's a little young scrub, he ain't a scrub. I'm gonna call him a scrub. You out there. He probably paid his family's money to join the camp, first of all. So you paying to learn the game better and to be better in football. Cam Newton is a Heisman Trophy winner from Auburn. He played JUCO college for Blinn and won them a championship. MVP of the league in 2015, and he went to the Super Bowl. He didn't win, but he went. You're disrespecting a Hall of Famer. First of all, you're disrespecting a Hall of Famer. So he's already made it to that level. He's already brought championships. So I just don't see why he would be so disrespectful when he hasn't done anything. I don't know his name. I still don't know his name after all this. I still don't know his name. You know his name?
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
It ain't the funny thing out of all this to me, he did this for clout, which I'm assuming, and he still failed. You know, because I don't know his name, so he still failed. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty funny. The funny part about it, but Cam I think Cam should have made him leave. To be honest with you, I really think Cam should have made him leave, man, because you got to take this game serious if you want to get to the next level. For real. You can't be on joke time. that was a sign of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, even though he might have apologized in the video or whatever, I didn't see the video. He might have apologized, but he only apologized because his parents and them made him do it.
Exactly.
So I mean, it really don't matter. You know, I really don't care about the apology for real. I mean, you only doing it because they told you to do it. You feel me? So you wasn't feeling like that before they told you to do it. You know, before they got on to you. And like y'all said, you know, I think the switches and bells need to come back out on these kids for real. The switches and bells need to come back out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? You know, I used to have my grandma and all that. They used to have to teach me a lesson with the switch. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I ain't gonna get into that right now. But you know what I'm saying? That's what these kids, they need more discipline, man, for real.
Personal for you.
Yeah, a little bit. So they just need to get they act together for real, man, because that it carries a long way when you be respectful to a person. It really does. So I like I said, you know, I hope we can all get these kids back to how it once was, you know, respecting your elders, man, because they did pave the way. They broke through barriers that we don't have to break through. So
see, we all got to agree on the same thing and have the same mindset towards this generation against the old one. Well, yeah. After reading a few articles, looking ahead of NFL draft, just seeing what prospects are looking to play against and who are they looking to team up with. I did come across something that it was asked to the rookies coming to the draft, to them who is the GOAT of this generation, which a conversation that's not really, you know, talked about. Like, it's always who's the GOAT all time in the past. But I'm gonna start this one off who I believe the GOAT of this generation is. I mean, it's more than one to me, but I'm gonna just throw one out there that I look at as like what he do on the field and off the field. I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna make it simple as that. On the field, Patrick Mahomes' resume speaks for itself. We know he lost Super Bowl to Brady. You know, it's not a big thing. It is a big thing, but it's not a big thing. He proved that he can go there. He took his team there. You know, we're not gonna make excuses for what happened, but off the field, what he does, you know, it's not really talked about a lot. He do a lot of investments, and he used his money wisely. He got paid big contract, and to me, as I always say, the GOAT, what the GOAT stands out for me is what you do on the field, off the court, on the court, is your impact on the game and outside the game. To me, a lot of that impact wasn't looked at as big, but he invested his money big into the
oh my God.
What you talking about? Patrick Mahomes is the truth.
I'm sorry. It slipped out. I'm sorry. It slipped out. I'm sorry.
We're gonna see who your take is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it long story short. I think that Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT of this generation right now, and is the one, you know, that everybody should look at outside of sports, what he's doing with his money, and not, you know, I mean, everybody doing something money different, but he caught my attention, and that's my opinion on why he's the GOAT. We know, like I said, his football skills speak for itself. What's your take next? Since you think, I want to know who your GOAT is.
Oh, okay.
I want to know this. He ready to see Cam with us.
Because yeah, go ahead.
I mean, if we be honest, Cam Newton. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just Cam is one of the GOATs, though. I mean, let's not get that twisted, okay? I mean,
about that.
But
answer to this question, by the way, I just have to interject. There's only one true answer to this question.
Okay.
This GOAT generation. Okay, you know. Oh, X, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm trying to look to see who you was gonna say.
You laugh. You probably got the worst.
Okay, it's the obvious answer, gentlemen, is Colin Kaepernick. Okay, he's the GOAT of this generation. Okay, now you said on. You said on.
I did say impact.
Yes, you said on and off the field. This man risked his career for human rights, man.
Good point.
This man risked millions of dollars for human rights. How many people do you guys know that would be in that situation would say, I am going to speak up and lose my whole contract and career? Listen, gentlemen, people have been playing professional sports for years. Less than 1% of athletes have spoken up when it comes to these issues. Why? They don't want to cut off their paycheck. Can I be upset at that? Absolutely not. We all got a family to feed. You know, who am I to say, oh, you got to speak up. So, and now they don't pay you anymore. Now you can't feed your family and pay your bills anymore. You know what I mean? So, was Colin Kaepernick as good of a quarterback as Mahomes? Absolutely not. Was Colin Kaepernick a good quarterback? Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
In the height of his game, Colin Kaepernick made it to the Super Bowl. Colin Kaepernick has been to NFC championships. Okay, you know, Colin Kaepernick was hot. He had a great defense behind him, but he made the necessary plays in order to allow the 49ers to do what they did. Did they win the Super Bowl? No, but I'm not going to take anything away from the kid. That kid can ball. He's a great player. And when you talk about off the field, nobody in our generation off the field has done what that man did.
That's a good take.
Nobody. On the field, we could argue that. Whatever. Obviously, he's not as good as Mahomes. Off the field, Mahomes ain't nowhere. He ain't touching Colin Kaepernick off the field. He ain't touching him. It's not. Put it this way. Kaepernick is closer to Mahomes on the field. Yeah, I said it. Than Mahomes is to Kaepernick off the field. Ooh. Go ahead.
That was a good one. I like that. I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson, what he did on the field. I mean, we don't even have to talk about what he did on the field. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer for a reason. But what he did off the field for the city of Detroit, man, and he still has charities to this day with Detroit, even when Detroit, the organization, had treated him like crap and, you know, did him dirty like they did Barry. Calvin Johnson is the GOAT. He's the greatest football player, the second greatest football player ever. The first is Bo Jackson.
Yeah, this take doesn't make any sense.
But anyway, you know, I'm sorry, Wayne. You know, the real sports fanatics are talking. But you know, Calvin Johnson is just the GOAT, man. I mean, the way he carried himself. He learned from his mother in his documentary. I think it was 30 for 30 documentary, if I'm not mistaken. Of just how she really helped shape him, along with his father, but really his mother was on him a lot about school and stuff like that and how to be a young man. So I like the person he's become, and I like what he did for the community. And, you know, that's why he's in the Hall of Fame. Calvin Johnson.
Sorry, I just want to apologize, Spot On Sports fans tuning in. X gives the wildest takes, as y'all know. X Factors is really, I don't know, it's out of this world. But as I was saying before, and as I will keep saying again, I'm in Mr. Spot On. As people know, if y'all go back to all the clips and recordings, I called it all.
Oh my God.
I said Brooklyn,
Jesus Christ,
is going to take the West. Y'all don't know what goes on behind the scene or off the camera. But me and X go back and forth just to let y'all know. He's a big LeBron rider. I mean, Lakers fan. So, you know, I'm going to just say this. I said Brooklyn was going to go easily. Yes, they know their defense ain't all that. But can you really think teams are going to beat them 7 games straight? Or they probably ain't making the 7 games to get to the finals against Brooklyn, and they'll win it without Kevin Durant. Can I talk, sir? Can I know you want to talk about LeBron, but can I talk?
You need to be drug tested.
This is about Brooklyn being a contender. Yes, it's common sense.
I'm sorry, Spot
let
On.
me
He's
talk.
on drugs. He on drugs. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's common sense. Everybody know. If you go back, I've been saying this is easily a finals team. X said 76 is a man. He may lie to y'all on the show, but I know the real truth. Y'all know he a LeBron fan. I mean, Lakers fan. But X, what's your take? Since it's common sense, as I always called it, that Brooklyn is a contender.
Okay.
Let it out.
First of all, I would like to apologize to Spot On Sports, guys.
You want to do me now?
Wayne is on drugs. Okay. Wayne is on. Don't do crack, kids. Don't do cocaine.
Come on tonight. You can check that out.
First, what I want to say is, Wayne, you said I heard you loud and clear when you first brought it up. You said they're going to the finals regardless. I was like, you don't know that.
Common sense, clearly.
Can I talk, please? Can we be professional?
Speak. I know you ain't. You just cut.
So you said that, and I was like, I don't know, Wayne. You got other teams in the East out there. What I'm saying that doesn't make sense. Of course, they're going to be contenders, contending to get to the finals. Of course, they're going to be the top one of the top contenders to get to the finals. I'm not saying they're going to just win the final. That's what you're saying. I'm saying they're going to be contenders, and winning the finals is two different things.
3 years. I said, who's in the East going to beat them? I believe they're going. I said, who's in the East? Why are you lying on the show? I don't like Abdul. What's your take?
He just said that. He said that earlier.
I literally said in the East.
So you didn't say Brooklyn was going to win the finals? Folks, I'm sorry. I'm not going. We're not going to argue about this.
Abdul.
What he said was, who can beat them in a 7-game series? Which is
no. But Abdul, this was
saying.
No, I broke down.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Abdul, this was before you heard me say the East. I named these teams. Bro, this was even before you. This man said he said Brooklyn was going to win it all. He said Brooklyn was going to win it all.
Off the show that
he lied.
In the group chat, I said Lakers going to win the finals.
Well, hold on.
Abdul, you remember that?
He lying.
Listen, if he was, he needs to lay off the weed. Okay,
he needs
because I know way. Listen, I like the Brooklyn Nets, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I like them. Okay, but I like my boy even better. That's the problem. Okay, I like my boy and I like his squad. Okay, now see what people got to understand is, let's talk about that game that happened. What was it, a week ago? Anyways, LeBron and them lost. Yes, they lost. Mind you, AD and Schroeder was out. Now listen, KD was out on their team, but I want to tell y'all something right now. Even though AD is injury prone, but then again, KD is injury prone too. Kevin Durant gets hurt often nowadays. You know what I mean? Compared to like LeBron and stuff, or players that are more durable. Okay, but I would rather have Schroeder and AD than KD. And that's a no-brainer because you could say KD better than AD. That's fair, even though they play two different types of basketball. AD is a scoring defender. You feel me? You could almost argue AD is more valuable than KD. Almost, because of the defense and the rebounding. I'm saying basketball comes down to defense and rebounding, not just who has the prettiest jump shot. Okay? You know, so KD definitely doesn't do that more than AD. Now, when you add Schroeder, runner up for sixth man of the year last year behind Montrezl Harrell, gentlemen, we're talking about these Lakers were missing out on key pieces. Now, if it's going to come down to the finals, I'm here to tell you the Lakers are just going to win because they're deeper. That is why. However, Kyrie is unstoppable. The way Kyrie's been playing lately, he's unstoppable. Okay. Right. Harden is unstoppable. Okay. You know, then we're not even going to say KD, unstoppable. You know, so I'm not even gonna go there. But what the Lakers have is a deep team. They don't just have LeBron and AD. They don't just have the sixth man of the year award winning Montrezl Harrell. They also have Dennis Schroeder. Okay, and then you just got a bunch of role players that are good coming off the bench. And I like their role players better than a lot of other teams' role players. Okay, I like Kyle Kuzma. I like Caruso. I like Wesley Matthews. Okay, so I'm here to tell you the Lakers are going to win the finals regardless of what's Brooklyn's cooking up because of depth. That is why the Lakers are going to win the finals.
I totally agree. I agree. And y'all hearing it now, I agree. I said that. I just said Brooklyn is going to go.
Okay. So he lying. Whatever.
Anyway, like I was saying, last. We're going to talk about high school. Recently, Deion Sanders had his first game at HBCU Jackson State, and he won. But as we really looking into high school football, basketball, wrestling, lacrosse, is COVID actually stopping the kids from playing and affecting them from getting better or getting opportunities at colleges? I'm gonna let you start off with this one.
Absolutely, because as you guys know, I have a cousin that's doing pretty well in high school basketball out here in California, and this happens to be the man's senior season, but there's no play, so the man has a good opportunity to go somewhere. All he may need is a little more footage for certain coaches in certain schools to toss the man a bone and say, you know what? We want you to be a part of what we got going on here. You know what I mean? So it's just sad that high school athletes, and especially the ones that are headed somewhere, a lot of them are not playing right now. How you supposed to be recruited if you can't play? You got to understand, senior year is making a break in a lot of people. Not everybody got a scholarship at sophomore, junior year. The real talented high schoolers, the best schools in the nation already own you 10th grade, 11th grade. Now, what about those who need senior year to get over the hump? So that's what's going on right now. So it's a lot of high school athletes that have very promising careers who are not being able to play the sport and record footage and film to send off to other teams. It's just not happening. So basically it's hurting their chances when it comes to a future, when it comes to a scholarship, when it comes to someday playing professional, So I just want to say, a lot of people don't talk about this, but we got to talk about just what they're going through, and we have to feel their pain. Because we wouldn't want to be in that situation. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
Exactly.
I agree with you because I have a family member as well. Keith Norris, poly engineer, defensive lineman. He's pretty good. He's getting film, getting a lot of scouts looked at him. Workouts, going real smooth. He's benching more, squatting more, statistically on film. He's proving it. He's dominating the offensive line. He's doing his job, a lead on this team. And like you said, it's like you need that one more season of film just to get you even further, or a more opportunity to get yourself out there. And it's real sad. High school players compared to the times we was playing high school. I don't know if you played. I know I played sports, played sports, and you had a little bit more opportunities, and wasn't the best athlete, probably wasn't the worst, but you just imagine before COVID how times were, and now COVID is here, it's affecting everything. And I feel sad for the high school players. I wish they do get more opportunities and at least have half a season, if not almost a whole season. Xavier, what the hell are you laughing for?
Abdul, you see him laughing. I mean, excuse me. I'm laughing, but you see him said that with a straight face. I played sports. He was trash. Okay, so
you don't know what I was. Second of all, I don't know what school you went to.
You was trash. I don't know what he's talking like you were good, but
you do not want to see me in sports. Please don't do that. You look like a bench player. I ain't gonna get into that.
Wayne was a water boy, people. Okay. But
let him talk, y'all. Let him talk.
What I want to say though, is on a serious note, I hope for I know it's COVID and everything. I want these kids to have the best opportunity as possible, man, especially coming from HBCUs, because we're trying. It's been some kids that have committed to HBCUs on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the tall guy's name. He committed to Howard, and LeBron said he was going to come to DC to watch him play. To watch him play at Howard. I'm sorry, people. Excuse Wayne, but stay over there, water boy, and we ain't called for it yet. But that's I think that'll be interesting, man. I really hope it's a lot of it does a lot of kids justice, man. They figure out some way somehow to still recruit. I feel like it's ways as far as they might not play this season. That's the worst case scenario. But I think if coaches in the recruitment process, they can still have the kid work out by, just do a workout for them. You know what I'm saying? Just showing what you got in the workout. I know it's not much, probably because you're not playing against an opponent, but it gives them an idea. Plus the film, they already got film on you from the other years before COVID, but now you're doing a workout in front of the coach. That should do some justice for you. So I think it's stuff that they can do, man, to maneuver to help the recruitment process. All right, Water Boy, it's your go. It's your go.
Please excuse the bench player.
Bobby Boucher.
He's not.
Bobby Boucher, folks.
When you don't play, that's what happens. You want to downplay somebody else. But thank y'all for watching, tuning in. Make sure y'all like us, comment, subscribe on our Instagram and Twitter, which is at spy_on sports, and our YouTube as well. Like, comment, subscribe. We would love to hear y'all takes on and our reactions. X, you have anything to say? And Abdul, you have anything last ending words?
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, guys. Please, we would love to reply to the comments. As Waterboy Wayne said, just make sure you do all that good stuff. And pass it to my man Abdul Rayu.
I just want to say I appreciate Spot On Sports for giving me another opportunity to rap with my boy X and Wayne once again. Lovely. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, all that. Y'all know where to find me as well, baby. That's Dat Man Dooley, DAT Man DOOLEY. Holla at your boy. And
right, this is the new wave of sports where we're not just accurate, but we're spot on.